me having like this really positive reputation on the internet because I'm doing what I'm doing, I always felt like there's no space for me to be mad. And like, yeah, you're mad, but you should be positive. You're sad, but you should be positive. You're an asshole right now, but you should be positive. You don't care right now, but you should be positive and you should care. And I'm like, but like, no. And I think it's important and it's totally okay to recognize and accept these sides of yourself. Because only when you accept I don't really want to put a label on it, it's the way you look at it, but like when you accept like dark parts of yourself and you learn to like put love into them and still love yourself even though you have these sides, I feel like eventually, the darkness is going to be illuminated by your light, and it's going to get less and less and less. And, I feel like it's not about killing off your ego. It's about not having it, not letting it have control over you. Because it's like soul versus ego, those two wolves, and you decide what you feed. Yes, of course I should be positive, but it's also really important to let out your anger, your sadness, and just, say how you feel, no matter what it is. Even if it's what we've labeled as negative, And like, again, like, I can be an asshole. I come to a point where I have enough. And I don't feel like talking. I can talk a lot. I can talk all day about the things I'm passionate about. But sometimes I just get really quiet. I can talk a lot. I'm a talkative person. I'm an outgoing person. But I'm also really quiet and introverted. There's multiple layers, multiple sides to me as well as other people. And like, right now, I'm really just learning to... My nose is really itchy. I'm really just learning to honor my dark side, I guess. The stuff that just doesn't feel as nice as the other stuff. And to also just let myself know that it's okay. 'Cause it is. And if somebody doesn't take me, even with these parts, then like, I have to learn that I should not take that personal, and nothing's wrong with me. The way I am is totally fine. And so are you. And people who don't take us for who we are, those are not our people. And I know it's easy to then just feel lonely when they leave again, because you were like, finally somebody was there and they were interested in me, and now they're gone. But somebody else is gonna come in who's gonna like sit with you in your darkness, who actually... That's the thing, it's easy to get to know people in the light and to like get to know all these happy things about them, but you really get to know people when you sit with them in the dark, which is why I love my audio the night so much, because the most magical shit happens in the night. And sitting in the dark with someone and getting to know somebody on that level, like things that broke them and shaped them into who they are now, and the reason why they get triggered by certain things, and then they get mad and they react the way they react, I think that's like where you actually get to know people. But it's scary. Nobody likes to sit in the dark. But like, that's the thing with me. Like, if you really want to know me, you have to sit with me in my darkness. Like, in the depths of my mind. I don't have anybody who would sit in the dark with me. Me neither. But it's important that, first of all, before anybody else can sit in the dark with us, that we sit down in the dark with ourselves. Because that's the thing most people are so worried about and so scared of, to spend time with themselves and just by themselves, because that's when the dark stuff pops up eventually. And, dealing with it, that's not the greatest feeling. Like, it takes energy, but it's so very important. to like integrate those parts and be accepting of those parts, because it shaped you into who you are, you know? Things that, like, so many things fucking broke me, man. But it all happened to shape me into, like, who I'm supposed to become, who I'm supposed to be. Like, if these things didn't happen to me, I couldn't give it away now. I couldn't be doing this. And, like, this is a blessing, you know, to have such an influence on people and a positive impact, and to get all these messages that for somebody I may have even saved their lives. Like, how crazy is that, right? Or to have put out words that reached over 6 million people. Overall, my channel has over 7 million views. I've reached like 7.5 million people. That is with what I say, with what I think, with what I feel. And I couldn't have, like, that could have never happened if it wasn't for all those negative things in the past that hurt like hell and that broke me. So, it's really true. Life happens for us, even if it doesn't feel like it. You know, where shit hits the fan, like, a blessing is around the corner. And that's, like, some real shit. And that's something I have to keep reminding myself of. Yeah, definitely. I don't know, that just came out. But it felt important, and maybe somebody needs to hear it. Maybe that somebody is myself. I don't know.